Hey, comic book fans, my nerdy friends, and my geeky padres, what's going on? So I realize it's only been a day as I'm filming this since I reviewed the first volume of Preacher. But I went ahead and read the second one, and now I kind of want to tell you about the second one a little bit. So, yeah, we'll get going. Alright, first things first, written by Garth Ennis and illustrated by Steve Dillon again. This second volume is called Until the End of the World. It becomes kind of that saying becomes kind of an important part of this second volume, as Jesse and Tulip get captured, really, by Jesse's grandmother and her two lackeys. I don't think they're family. I just think they kind of follow her. But yeah, they capture him because she wants Jesse to stay with her at Angelville, which is I wouldn't say it's a city, but it's where she lives, in this big, huge house. She wants him to stay there and pretty much procreate and become a man of the cloth again, as he seems to not be now, because he's not. So, let me see if I can find a good picture of Grandma, because she is crazy looking. She's okay. Anyway, first off, this is Angelville. Yeah, with burning crosses in the front yard, which is nuts. And then this is Grandma. Really creepy looking. But this volume really digs into Jesse's life, previous to this. Everything that leads up to this point. And you find out really how messed up, first off, his childhood was. You find out how his parents met, which was, his parents were insanely loving people, just trying to be on their own. And do their own thing, raise their family, and Jesse's grandma gets in the way of that happiness that his parents have, and himself. One thing that Jesse says about Angelville and his grandma is, every time you get away, they just pull you back, and that's exactly what happened with, first off, his mother. She got away, and she got pulled back. And got married to his father, had a child. His father tried to get away, and I'm not really spoiling anything because it's on the cover, but you can see right here, this is Jesse, this is his father, and that's his mother right there. This is Jody, and I think his name was TC. They're the lackeys that are working for Grandma. And so in that scene you see Jody shoot Jesse's father in the head right in front of him. Kind of sets the tone for that part of the book. It's really really interesting. This title is just fantastic. It really gets you hooked onto the way Jesse is, and you get involved in his life and the way he was brought up, and you really feel for these characters. You get a little bit of information as to why Jesse and Tulip broke up. Actually, you get all the information as to why they broke up. And then eventually they get back together. There's so much that happens in this first half of the volume that is just crazy, and you just think it can't get any more crazy, but it does, because then they meet up with Cassidy later on. So they leave Angelville. They kind of escape, in a matter of speaking, and meet up with Cassidy. And then we learn about Cassidy some more, and this girlfriend that he had, and what happened to her, and you just go on this whole other adventure with the three of them, and it just gets crazy. It's like these first two volumes, I don't know if all of them are like this, but these first two volumes are split up into halves, really, it kind of feels like, and then one half is one adventure, the other half is the next, and it's just complete and utter madness that goes on in both these stories, with this entire group of friends. It's just phenomenal. Like, I cannot recommend this enough now. Like, I feel like I've read 2 full volumes of trades of this book, so now I feel like I kind of have more of an opinion, and maybe my opinion is more valid now, but this is just phenomenal. Like, the writing is amazing, the art is fantastic. If I remember correctly, though, looking at the cover of the 4th trade, I believe the art changes. I haven't looked at it yet because I'm not going to until I read it. But it looks like there was like 3 different artists on it, I think. That may be true. I might be wrong. But I know the next volume is just a Garth Ennis and Steve Dillon volume again. And I'm really stoked to read that. I do plan on going back and picking up 5 through 9, because I was iffy on the price, and that's why I didn't pick them all up at the same time. The next couple ones are like $7 a piece, $7.50 or something like that, and I was like, I might be able to get that on in-stock trades, maybe even cheaper. But even on in-stock trades, it's like $10 a piece for these volumes. So I'm gonna go back as soon as I can and go get the rest of these. But I highly, highly recommend anybody, well, maybe not everybody, but anybody who doesn't have a problem with, obviously, violence. There's a whole lot of swearing. There is some definite sexual stuff going on. If you're not too like stuck on religion, as long as you're cool with breaking away from, like, keeping this book separate from your life, you know what I mean? You'd like it. Because there's a lot of religious stuff that goes on with this book. As it's obvious because it's called Preacher and the guy is a priest. But there's a lot of religion that goes into this story. But as long as you're able to separate your opinion on books and real life, kind of, you'll enjoy this. I have loved it. I think it's fantastic, and it's really really amazing and going to be hard to beat as far as a series, I think, because I'm just loving it. I can comparing it to like Sandman. Like I just read all the volumes of Sandman, and both of them are fantastic. I'd put them right like at the same level. They're just awesome. So yeah, I guess that's my opinion on Preacher Volume 2. Until the End of the World. There's my cat. Meow. Go pick this up if you can. It's fantastic. And thanks for watching. Bye.